And then this gives you a walkthrough of everything that you're going to be able to see. Now, of course, as admin, I have access to everything. There are some pages on our Rhino Hub that are paid pages, which you're more than welcome to participate in. None of which will be obligated. You could participate in them if you like, but to go ahead and achieve these certifications, they're not necessary. The belief is that if you like us that much, then obviously you might be inclined to say, well, what else are you guys doing? Because I'm quite fond of being here, and we want to make sure that we service everyone in any way possible. So if you'd like to be part of the Rhino family in a larger way, God bless, we'd love to have you. So when you get to the front page of Rhino Hub, you'll see the home page. Now we went ahead and posted a message over here that had been here since last week. So it's not much relevant, but over the last week, everyone that has signed up has been able to see. All right, we are welcome to here, and Monday, February 13th is when everything starts, which is today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Now this homepage will go ahead and give you important notes of the day. What we're really to kind of give you an insight to what the day is going to look like. We'll go ahead and post the scheduling, the topics, so that no matter whatever time you do come to Rhino Hub, because again, everyone has their own schedule. I know a lot of people have a 9 to 5 that they're looking to make a career change for. You have those that might be studying in institutions like college, university, that would like to go ahead and learn some extra skill set and be able to afford a life that they would like to have even at a young age of 18, 19, and 20. They certainly have their college courses to work around. You have those that don't have a position, in which case they have more free time than others. But nevertheless, as long as you have passion, you'll find a way to do it. And those that have other schedules will find a way to work around it. So it does go ahead and behoove us to make sure that everyone is completely caught up, that no matter what time you come to Rhino, you'll see what the day is going to be like, and that will be here. Now, for today orientation, there are things that we do want to go ahead and get out the way. So in any type of career change or kind of going to something that's a little bit more unknown, you want to have your finances in line. So we do have budget tools right here, in which case, what is a budget, how to include your budget, managing living expenses, how to create a budget. And all of this is offered by Mint, which is the #1 personal finance app, and it's completely free. And Mint is owned by Intuit, so they are the #1 personal finance company on the market. And it is their belief, that as you go ahead and use their service, which is why it's free, that when you go ahead and you're able to get your budget in order, and you're able to go ahead and aspire to larger platforms or larger services, well, they would be right there for you. So in them being there for you now, and then bringing you along the way, they believe that at a later date, if everyone's successful and you reach your goals, naturally you'll say, okay, well, I'd like to do business with you guys because you've been so, you're such a partner of ours. The point of me saying all that is all of this content and services are top of the line, and they are all free to you. So it would really, really behoove you to go ahead and sign up to get your Mint app. Now, actually, let me stop and say something. There is no sign up on Rhino Hub that we have partnership with any one of these entities and agree to suggest or recommend their services over someone else's. In fact, we are completely independent, and we have identified all the resources we've included into this platform to be the best. So whether you sign up for it or not is okay. But we do want you to have a sense of the integrity of the platform, that anything that you do sign up for is because we believe it's the best, and we're not being rewarded for making any type of recommendation to you. So that's just that. So when you go over to sign up for it, you'll see that everything is really quite beautiful, right? You have the category, what is it? And if you want to learn it, go ahead and click the button, and there you are, right? Nice and easy. So if you want to go back, that's fine. Okay, so I do want the personal app. All right, well, here I am. Let's go ahead and download it. Do I want to download it for the App Store? Do I want to download it for Google? Both of which you can use as a desktop, but if you want to now grab your phone and say, well, let me go do it there, that's good. Or you can go ahead and take the link, right? So say you want to download it on the smartphone, you can take this link, copy and paste it, and send it to your phone. So you're always in position for everything to be really, really friendly and easy. Along with finances, we did want to go ahead and offer some awareness to the programs that are offered by the US government. Now, of course, this would only pertain to our US citizen Rhino Hub members. But I find a lot of times there are just those people that know every program that's available and they take advantage of it. And then you have those people who never even thought to go look at the program. Maybe it was their upbringing. Maybe they just never thought it was something for them. But there are many people that do not know the programs that are available to you. And I do want to say something. As a tax-paying American, don't ever think a program is beneath you. These are your tax dollars. These tax dollars are yours. And each program has its qualifications. So if you qualify, then the program is using your tax dollars to go ahead and help those that are in your position. So if you decide to yourself, well, hey, listen, I'm not in such a bad position, I don't want to go ahead and accept any of this, that's fine. But to go ahead and pretend that your tax dollars aren't going to individuals that qualify equally as you, because it's not a program that is subjective, right? Like it's not like you're going to talk to someone and they say, well, you know what? You really told us a sad story, so we're going to help you. No, it's actual numbers, it's qualifications. So if you qualify, you have voted at some point in your life, knowingly or unknowingly, that you wanted to use your tax dollars to help people that qualify in the qualifications that you qualify. So if you at that point say, hey, I'd rather give money away for free and not take advantage of any of the benefits for myself, that seems a little, well, there is a mental health portion on this, so we'll get to that. But aside from that, you should be taking advantage of it. Now, especially in the economy that we're in, all help is good help. But more so than that, the reason we're identifying it is if you are in a position where you are changing careers or you're, whatever the case may be, well, to go ahead and take on something new, you're going to have your finances in order, because by definition, something new, you don't know what you don't know. So does that mean you might have to work a little bit less on a Friday because you're taking time to study the course? Does it mean that you might have to, and the examination is $200, right? It goes to Salesforce, not us. But is that $200 more than you were planning on? So where's the $200 come from? Stuff like that. So you want to make sure your finances are in order. With that being said, there's veteran benefits. God bless all of our veterans. There is special services for you. There's access to quality healthcare, right? Healthcare.gov, Medicare.gov, and then you have community health centers, which are all free. If you don't have insurance, they're really, really friendly. Maybe it's like a $10 or $20 copay. But the reason I bring that up to you is because we did all the work for you. I do understand there is a certain portion where people say, okay, I get it, but I don't have the time to look all that stuff up. Well, being part of Rhino, we took the time to look that all up because we want you to be in the best position you can be in. And if we have the ability to offer you services by simply creating awareness of programs that already exist that are going to give you money, give you healthcare, give you all this stuff, well, then it stands fair to reason. It's a real great benefit to us to be able to offer that to you. A lot of times in internet marketing, people come up with, say, lead magnets. And these are things that they look to give away for free. And, they have some value, but not like a crazy amount of value. But it's meant for you to click, you download whatever, and now they have your email information. Well, we understand the concept of that clearly, because that's what this is, but in a much friendlier way. And what I mean by that is you're already here. It's not like we're dangling, hey, you want healthcare, come click here, come to Rhino Hub. But because you are here, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be looking to still offer you the value you need, or the value that you deserve, or the value that you've earned. So there are going to be those that are part of Rhino Hub that are maybe a little bit older, or maybe have some health problems, or maybe are spending a ton of money in healthcare, and they say to themselves, well, why am I spending so much money there when I have services that I qualify for or that are free? Because if I could save $500 here and still get the same benefits, then I'd be silly not to, right? So along the lines of community health center, and they're near and dear to me because I did have a community health center that I went to when I was younger. I didn't have the funds to go ahead and participate in some high-end insurance, and I did need to speak to a healthcare provider, right? So I wanted to go ahead and make it really, really easy. So you go to community health center and look, find community health center near you. So you're going to opt into location. And again, if you want to, you don't have to. You could always put in the zip code over here. But it now goes ahead and identifies where you are and where the closest places are to you. You can then go ahead and click that place. So here I am. I could go there, I could call there, I could go to the website, whatever the case may be, and everything's taken care of. I could find out what's available to me. So let's back up and let's get back into Rhino Hub. Affordable education. So that is what we're doing. We're offering you free education. But if you are someone that says, all right, well, I certainly appreciate that, Aunt, but I would like to go to college, right? Like I'm already in college, or I'd like to do more. And that's fine. God bless, right? So you have federal student aid. That's FAFSA. It's you just go ahead and apply, right? So there's 9,000 scholarships, grants, and financial aid that you could look at right over here. Or if you want to be a certified financial planner, which was kind of like a one-off thing, we found this. So they offer scholarships if you want to be in that field. And the same thing with teachers, and that's what this is as well. But if you wanted to do federal student aid, excuse me, you could apply right here. And in applying, so you have the bot over here, they'll help you, but you can just go right through it. And I think it takes you maybe, excuse me, I think it'll take you maybe a half hour, if that. And afterwards, it'll tell you, okay, you're approved for this much, and this grant is available to you, and this grant's available to you, and this financing's available to you, and this money's available to you. Do you want to accept it? So if you're looking to do continuing education at a university, it's right there for you. Affordable housing. This is something I think everyone should go ahead and try to apply to. So you could find your public housing agent near you if you want to talk to someone. Housing services, rental assistance programs for you. Find your rental assistance program right now. Here you go. And again, this is not something that requires you to go ahead and sing a sad song. I do want to say that I am cognizant that there is a certain level of pride amongst people and a certain level of culture. I think a lot of these things play into it. And I say that because when I was younger, I was unemployed once. And the person that I left the place was like, well, Aunt, go claim unemployment. And I was like, I don't want to claim unemployment. I'll go get another job. And I was young, right? And the individual said, don't be silly, don't be ego. This is your money. You paid into it. So go ahead and claim it. And if you don't need it anymore, well, then be honest, right? Like go ahead and discontinue it, but don't be prideful. And they only accepted it for 2 weeks, but it was 2 weeks that helped me get through because I was still interviewing for other places. It was very helpful. The point being, in Congress right now, and you could make an argument of the culture of politics, but there is a lot of new bills, a lot of very trillion-dollar packages, a lot of this, a lot of that for, that came as of course of midterms and a presidential election coming, where there's a lot of money for different type of programs that are for rental assistance or this assistance or that assistance. And the way that gets to you is that they lower the qualifications to go ahead and offer more people the assistance. There's less qualifications or a lower standard of qualifications. Again, that's not something that requires you to give a sad song. That's your money that's been voted and been earmarked for those qualifications. If you qualify, why not accept your money? In fact, if you're in the business of throwing money out a window, I'll share your address with us and we would love to collect it. Um, so I do want to share that these services are available to you. Affordable groceries. This used to be called food stamps and had a really poor connotation. But now it's called the SNAPS program, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, in which case, if you do qualify, you get a nice shiny card that you swipe like a MasterCard or a Visa. It's all right there for you. And then you must ask yourself, well, am I am I better than the perception of using that? Well, it's your money. If you qualify, use it. The point of all of this, and we're not going to go through each one, but it is important that you do go through them and see what you qualify for, is this is your money. If we can go ahead and if the only success that we have together is that we were able to do the work to provide you the resources that you went ahead and increased your monthly income or monthly retention of funds to be $300 or $500 or $1,000, well, then this was really successful. This is the internet. We have the availability to reach all 7.5, 8 billion people in the world. If the only thing that you and I do together is that this is able to help you, then I don't look at it as, oh darn, we lost a potential customer, right? Like I don't even, it's a good thing because you're going to share with somebody else that you're quite happy and maybe they'll, oh, I found the resources for this thing. It's in this platform called Rhino Hub. Well, how do I get there? Well, there's a free sign up, go check it out. Hey, you know what? Maybe you'll like other stuff, but that's where the resources are. Maybe that goes ahead and grows the more people that come to Rhino Hub, which means a higher caliber of living standard when that person decides to go ahead and go through with the program and earns one of these great certifications. So you have affordable childcare, internet, grants, investment. So if you're interested in investment resources, we actually have some of our own that we offer. So if you want to learn more about it, right, you could, yeah, I would like to learn more. Digital currency partnership, there's investment calculators, retirement calculators. I think it's all really cool. That was the point of us doing this. Now, to go ahead and be a part of any type of change, I find that the majority is unsuccessful because they don't really understand how much goes into setting up to be successful. And what I mean by that is at the very beginning, you have to go ahead and schedule yourself, right? Like if you say, okay, I'm going to change my career from this to this, and I'm going to do it in 21 days, great. If the next thing you do is go ahead and take a walk to Burger King and then celebrate with like a Whopper, which is delicious. We have nothing bad to say about Whoppers. Then I'm not sure that you're going to be successful. Because in order to go ahead and achieve any type of success, you have to go ahead and schedule how you're going to get there. So we did want to go ahead and make the point of that, right? So sometimes you see a button like this, schedule, in 6 simple steps, and you're going to say to yourself, well, that seems a little silly. It seems a little like, okay, Anthony, you're being a bit playful. Like, I know how to schedule. I'm an adult. I've scheduled stuff before, and that's great. Nobody said otherwise. But some things actually do require you to be reminded. We want to go ahead and share the importance of actually developing a schedule. And this is our way of doing so, right? So identify available times. The art of scheduling, most people don't even see it as an art, right? So say, for instance, I want to do 100 things this week. Well, I can't do 100 things this week. So how do I go ahead and accomplish the highest priority of things? Well, I have to identify them. And how do I identify them? Well, I have to know what time I even have available, because maybe this thing that needs to be done can only be done during this time. And if I don't have that time, I can't do that thing. And that sounds silly, but if I don't schedule properly, you know the amount of things I'm going to accomplish of those 100 things? I don't know, 10, 20, maybe 30. Do you know the importance of those things? I don't. It'll be completely random. Maybe there's 1 or 2 that I'm like, all right, no matter what, I have to get this. And if I was able to do 10, 20, or 30 by accident or by super casualness, what could I have done if I took some time and actually focused on it? How many important things could I have gotten done? And when you take a look at those 2 answers, you find them to be quite different. And different in the sense that you can take one person and by scheduling properly, double the work of the person that didn't schedule properly. And if I can do 2 weeks worth of work in 1 week, I'm going to be twice as valuable than somebody who needs 2 weeks to do 2 weeks worth of work. To go ahead and accomplish anything great, you're going to need to learn how to schedule. And this is our homage to that, right? And on top of that, one of the most fantastic scheduling apps, Monday, it's completely free. They don't even take your credit card information, nothing. It's totally freemium. And again, along the lines of Mint, the finance app, Monday believes that if you go ahead and you properly schedule yourself, then you're destined to do something of a higher caliber that needs a higher caliber of service. And Monday would like to be right there for you. So they're so confident that those that properly schedule will naturally gravitate and graduate to more important things that require paid services, that Monday would like to be there right with you. And to that point, this platform, I would like to go ahead and have everyone having Monday so that we can collectively in one centralized place. Now, of course, this is centralized, right? Like it's a hub. But to have a centralized app where you know all the things you need to do and you're able to kind of message back and forth, other team members, myself, that's a goal. But we're not there. That would cost Rhino, I believe, like $12 a month per person. And not only do we want this platform to be free, which it is, but I have no problem in then investing into the platform, in which case or Rhino is investing for your experience. And again, if we believe that if we can offer an experience that's profound, obviously you're going to want to be part of Rhino a little bit more. So along the lines of what we just shared about Monday, it is totally true because we are an example of it. We would like to grow with Monday. So by sharing it with you and by us using it as well, when we grow to that point, it'll be natural. We'll know what we're doing. Self-reflection. I do think it's important that you're making any type of change. You do need to have a kind of heart-to-heart with yourself. And what I mean by that is we've went ahead and secured the #1 career test and the #1 personality test. How do you know that? Well, there's career tests and personality tests that are widely known and recognized as industry standard. In fact, it was so difficult to find these because every place that you look for them is some type of person offering it with some type of payment at the end, right? And nothing's more obnoxious than when somebody offers you something for free. Yeah, take the career test for free. But it's so dishonest because, yeah, you could take the test for free. Oh, but you want the results. Oh, well, you got to pay for that. And after you spend 2 hours taking a career test, you're probably going to say, okay, well, I just spent 2 hours. I'll pay the $7.99 to get my results. And I say this with you because in order to find these, I can't even tell you how many of those I had to go through. And every time my verbiage became more and more nasty as I would just yell to myself. So I'm trying to get the point across that the Rhino Hub really took a lot of time to put together. All the resources are really the ones that you want. These are the resources that other people are looking to sell. And when you have this self-reflection with yourself, you might say, hey, self, I would like to get into the tech field. I would like to go ahead and do the Salesforce certifications. But, I've never really worked with a computer before. Oh, I really never saw myself in this field. Well, how about I go ahead and take a career test, right? Like, let's see where I stand, right? Let me go ahead and learn my best career right now. Or you know what? Maybe I don't have the personality for it. Let me go ahead and no registration. Let me go ahead and take a personality test. Let me see what kind of recommendations that the most notable scientists, psychologists in the entire history of the world have aggregated all their work to be built on each other's work and produce this personality test. Let me see at least what they say. Moving on, education is important. Right, duh, like the whole platform is based on education. But on top of that, we do not think that the only education that's important is the education and the courses we're looking to share with you. In fact, we believe that a holistic and really a comprehensive ability to acquire education is very important. So when you go to the education tab, and it says general curriculum because pre-K to high school, every course you could ever want is right there for you. College courses, all the different college courses that you might think, all right, well, I would like to learn macroeconomics as it pertains to wheat prices and the price of tea in China, right? Is all right there for you. And then just general skills, like why not, right? Udemy is a fantastic educational platform that we spend a lot of money on. I have a Udemy account and I have a lot of different programs. And with that being said, Udemy is another really, really smart company that offers a lot for free as well. Again, the belief being, let's offer you a lot for free that's of real value. And then maybe when you search something and you say, okay, well, I want to learn how to do this, you'll go to Udemy. Well, let me go check it out because I've been using Udemy. Oh, it's $3. Okay, well, I like Udemy. I've been with them for a long time. They've always done a really good job. So I'm happy to pay the $3 for this. When you're in internet marketing or digital marketing or anything with digital products, it's very important to remember, and it's important to remember this for yourself, but also in identification of the people that you're working with. All the products are free. Now, that's not to be confused with they were free to make, right? There's a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot that goes into creating any type of digital product. But that still does not negate the fact that once it's created, regardless of how many people use it, the overhead is still the same. Now, of course, we're discounting if something needs a big server or whatnot, but if it's something like a course where I could send one person a course or I could send 10 people a course, the difference in what it costs me to do those, 1 to 10 is exactly the same. It doesn't matter. Therefore, it would behoove me, like it behoove Udemy, that if I can go ahead and attract a new customer or a new partner or whatnot by offering some of my stuff for free, well, then why wouldn't I? The cost makes sense. And I say that because when you come across digital marketers or digital anything that are really very unfriendly with, all right, this course is $900 or whatnot, those are the people you want to steer clear of because either A, they really, really need the money, which means maybe the platform's not going to last too much longer, or they're individuals that are quite comfortable to take advantage of anyone, both of which I really wouldn't find myself comfortable working with. Self-promotion. Now, self-promotion sounds like taboo, right? Like I'm not a self-promoting type of person. But what we mean by self-promotion is, and it is our belief that starting 2023 and going forward, people really are going to have to become their own brand. With the level of technology that's available out there, any single person can accomplish anything that they want to. The barrier for someone to be super successful just doesn't exist anymore. It's more in the mind. It does not exist in reality. In fact, you can do anything you want. In fact, if you wanted to right now, you can go ahead and grab some software that turns your voice into this, take an AI bot, create some verbiage, some copy, put it into the other AI bot that changes the voice, then take all that and put it into a video bot that's going to make the video for you, and then blast it out to like 200 different places, all with different everything. And before you know it, as long as it had some type of value, many people will know it. The point being, in self-promotion, for you to go ahead and be recognized for anything, whether it's that you want to grow an agency, or you want to be hired by Salesforce, or you want to go ahead and take these Salesforce qualifications and certifications and skills to market yourself to others that would like to maybe hire you. Well, if I'm looking to hire someone, yeah, that's great. You have a Salesforce certificate. All right, so person A has a Salesforce certificate and person B has a Salesforce certificate. Person A has a professional portfolio with a beautiful resume, cover page, awards, references, qualifications, certifications. They have their own personal website. They have a beautiful LinkedIn profile. They're participating in different forums and communities, all professionally. What's the word I'm looking for? All relevant. And person B doesn't have any of that. In fact, person B, when I type in their name, I find like an Instagram page. Well, I don't need to know much about either of them to know that I'm going to hire person A. Now, granted, that might sound a little shallow, Now, of course, I'm going to look into all those references, right? But on the surface, I would never even think to hire person B because person A has proven and raised the bar to such a point that if someone's not doing this, why would I want to work for them? If they're not willing or unwilling or unable to go ahead and take the time to at least share with me who they are, then how do I have any trust that they're going to be able to take the time to do the stuff that I need them to do, right? So it is very important that you have all of this, and this is all part of the curriculum. Goal setting. Again, it kind of goes back to scheduling. I guess they're kind of brothers and sisters in that respect. Goal setting is not only very important, but it is there is a right way and a wrong way of doing it. The wrong way, which you most commonly hear, and maybe you're even a culprit to, is all right, I'll get it done later. Yeah, I'll do it next week. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get to it. That is the recipe to never getting to it. In fact, there's a really great saying, don't let later become never. And when you're doing any type of goal setting, there is a thing called SMART goals. You must be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. If you'd like to learn about them, there's a video right here for you. Let's go watch it, right? And I'm not really going to watch it, but the point is it's right there. Learn SMART goals right now, the how-to guide. Well, it seems pretty professional, right? Okay, do you really want to get into it? You really want to dissect it? There it is. The resources are there for you. And we've done a really great job, I believe, of trying to provide that for you. But in building this curriculum, this 21-day curriculum, is not something that we're burdening you with producing. We did not say, okay, this is the Salesforce curriculum, this is a certification, we're providing you the links, now go get it done. That wouldn't work. That would be quite unsuccessful. And despite your most noblest intentions, or despite your incredible motivation to go ahead and do so, to go ahead and put that burden on you to go along with your regular day and then all of a sudden try to find a way to piece this together, it wouldn't be very smart on our part. So what we've done is we went ahead and put it all together for you, because we believe that if we are able to go ahead and be such a value to your life in the sense that you were able to successfully make this career change, or successfully make this career upgrade, or successfully do any kind of result that comes from Rhino, then it stands fair to reason that we're going to know each other for quite a long time. And because all of the curriculums and certifications and all of the processes are free, and because all of the reward is already out there, like very, very high paying entry-level jobs that are wildly in demand, then it stands fair to reason that if we're able to go ahead and grow a network, an ecosystem, an audience, a fellowship, a community of incredible people that are accomplishing incredible things that they attribute at least a little bit of success to us, and they're now all super affluent and able to go ahead and increase their presence in the world, that sounds like a really great place to be. It sounds like some really great friends to have. And there's two ways of doing that. There's the way of doing it as the super internet marketer and spending a bunch of money on ads and tracking people's data and really ugly stuff. Or there's the way of rolling up your sleeves and producing that for people. And rolling up your sleeves and saying, hi, Kim, you work as a grocer and you work your tail off and you really, really want more, but there's not any opportunity in the community you live in. You're unwilling and unable to go ahead and sacrifice the salary you have. So you're kind of stuck. We're there for you. And that's who Rhino is, and that's the use case, right? There's also a tab for self-care. Now I cannot stress enough that in any type of career change or lifestyle change, there's a thing called stickiness. So for instance, if I don't change anything in my life, like say I go to bed every night drinking 12 beers, I don't go to the gym, I eat Chinese food at 2 a.m, I wake up groggy and I'm really intolerable till 2 p.m, And then I blame everyone for everything and I just get through my day squeaking by and then I do it all over again. Well, if that were the case and I was upgrading my career from, say, being a grocer to an agency owner where I'm increasing my annual income from, say, 40,000 to 120,000, yeah, that sounds great, right? I tripled my income. Wow, that's amazing. What do you think the ability is? What do you think the retention of that success is? Do you think I'm going to be able to actually keep that job? Do you think at what point are people just going to say, "Well, Ant, you're skillful, but I don't want to keep hiring you. You're wildly in what's the word? You're undependable. When I need you, you're not there. You have an attitude sometimes. You don't get the work done when you say you're going to. There's sometimes you're just inaccessible. I don't know what your personal life looks like, but I don't want to hire you." And the point is, if you're going to upgrade your life or anything in such a meaningful way, it needs to be parallel and congruent with all the other parts of your life. You cannot go ahead and increase your income threefold by taking on a higher skill set and a higher level of responsibility while not making yourself available to service that responsibility when the time comes. And a lot of times people say, well, I'm off the clock, the person bothered me, I don't want to talk to them. But you're looking at it completely the wrong way because you're servicing someone else. And that's not to be confused with you're a servant for someone else, but you're servicing someone else. Meaning when someone else has a question at an off hour time, like they have a question at 7:13 p.m. and they message you, if you're there to respond right away, they're very happy with that relationship. If you're not there to respond and you don't respond till the next morning, they're not unhappy, but they could have been happy. And if that happens more than a couple of times, they say, well, I get it, you're off the clock, but I needed you. And I understand that maybe that's not something you want to offer, but there are plenty of other people that do offer that. So I'm just going to take my business elsewhere. And two things, this business is business that's going to stay with you for life. When you go ahead and you are actually the designer of your customer's entire user interface, it's not like they could just say, okay, well, you've done good, but we decided to just learn this by ourselves yesterday, stop doing our business, and then now we know how to do what you do. No, they say, okay, everything's going great. We're handling our business over here. You're doing a really great job with it. And as long as their business stays in business, you're likely going to keep that contract forever. So that's really important to keep. And it does require that you have a relationship with them. And when someone owns a business, the relationship that they have with you, they would like it to grow past, all right, I spoke to Todd yesterday, everything's good. No, they kind of want to get to know who you are. They want to know that you're an individual that they admire and that they want to be in business with for life, because for life means it's generational. It's something they might pass to their kids. They might bring their family up in it, but they might have their children working there. The point of all this is it is important to have a good exercise routine. It is important to have some healthy eating routine. It is important to get proper sleep. It is important for mindfulness, relaxation, hobbies, and leisures. And if it gets to the point that your mental health is something that needs to be addressed, well, then we believe you should address it, right? You should take a mental health test. You should find resources. You should find a treatment center. If you need emergency care, you should talk to someone right now. All of it being free, right? Um, and I'm reading the emails that are coming through, so I might have to actually mute them next time because I did not believe we'd be this popular. And then also, as it pertains to a lot of self-care, we do believe family is kind of where everything starts. So it is a bit important to me, especially since I have a family and there's things that we find to be quite rewarding. And these are just activities that I like. So for instance, there's a family mobile app called Cozid that it's completely free. I mean, you could purchase the super premium features, but you don't need to. And it allows everyone up to 12 to be a part of it, right? These are my tasks. These are your tasks. I finished this. And it just kind of gamifies the family relationship where instead of, all right, I did my chores today, and at the end of the day, the the absence of being corrected or yelled at is the reward, right? Like if you did something and someone doesn't feel like they need to pat you on the back, oh, great, you put your clothes away, great. But to actually have it in an app where you could click off on it and then all of a sudden your mother or father like can go ahead and put a little heart next to it. Hey, you did it, great. Um, and just times that by however much you want, times it by, and you have uh, dinner suggestions, grocery lists, different tasks, scheduling different, okay, we have an hour later, let's go take a walk, or it's just a nice way for families to stay together. And I cannot stress enough, especially in these times with the internet, the the advent of AI and the advent of a lot of tech advancements has allowed individuals, children or whatnot, to kind of find their own communities. And what's important about that is there's a lot of great places you can be, but there's a lot of bad places you could be as well. And if you don't have a strong family system or at least relationship, there does offer opportunity where children can seek to fill those voids elsewhere. So we believe one of the best ways to keep family in the light and to keep family in the respect that you're happy with, you're pleased with, um, is doing family activity, and this app is something that we do like a lot. Pizza night. I gotta tell you, pizza cost what, like maybe $4 to have all the ingredients to make. It's dough, it's water, it's cheese, it's sauce, right? But it's so much fun to do. So why not learn how to do it? Why not do it together? Painting. I think painting's amazing. And maybe I'm a little bit older than some people, but Bob Ross was great. He'd sit there and do all the paintings. Why not go ahead and, you know what, kids, let's get a couple of canvases and learn how to paint tonight, right? Greek mythology. I find that if you learn Greek mythology, you're kind of ahead of others, because a lot of Greek mythology is embedded in everything we do. Cooking together. I'm a big fan of Gordon Ramsay. He has his own channel. He cooks all the dishes with you. Publish a book. Do it for free. Kindle. It's all right there. After dinner walks, I think, are wildly important. Investment groups. I know when I was younger, my father was a stockbroker, and rather than giving us allowance, we had an X amount of dollars and we were able to buy particular stocks with it. And every day it was like, oh my God, did you see McDonald's went up a couple of cents today? Or my stock is up 10% in the last year. And that was real money that we got to keep. And it just taught you the value of money, but past what schools do. There's not really much value of money education in school. Um, Learn together. So TED Talk is one of the most prominent places where the greatest minds offer presentations of cutting edge thought. And I think as a family unit, all right, so after dinner, let's watch Elon Musk talk for an hour. I think that's really cool. And then hiking is just one of the best activities you could do. But in the world of self-care, if you're able to accomplish or at least participate in some of this in any given week, you're doing really well. Your life is better. Communication, it is important to learn how to effectively communicate, and that's that. Artificial intelligence. So and this is a evolving list, right? Because every day something new with AI comes out. But 40 of the top AIs that we love, that we use, we wanted to go ahead and make available to you. So advanced automation tool stack. Any one of this, right? So repurposed to 33 platforms in one button. Elon Musk voice changer app, top performing TikTok ads, generative complete presentations, right? What is this? You can go ahead and create an entire presentation by taking text and offering it to it. Now, where do you get that text? Well, you can go ahead and sign up for any of the AI chatbots. One that's most popular is ChatGPT, in which case you could prompt ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, I would like to write a presentation on hiking. Can you do that for me in 600 words? That will go ahead and produce to you a presentation, 600 words about hiking. You can then take that presentation, put it into the software, and it'll make you a complete like a presentation with slides and pictures and completely organized. Meaning, You could have an idea to a professional professional PowerPoint presentation, I don't know, within a minute. So there's a lot of really, really valuable stuff here. Hire AI employees. So really, really cool. One of the things on artificial intelligence that is quite important to us that we are pioneering is prompt engineering. Now, of course, a lot of people are doing that, right? So it's not like only we have the idea. But promptology is a URL that we own all the relevant domains for, the study of prompts. And that's really, really important to us. And we have a page where you can learn a little bit more and you can participate in it. In fact, all of these, I have access to them because I'm on the admin, but on your membership, you'll see that these are locked. In which case, if you go ahead and want to participate in this, you then have this open to you. So just to give you a sample, I want you to act as an English teacher, spelling corrector and improver. I will speak to you in any language, and the point being, and I don't want to stay on it too long because again, it is a premium offering. But if you know how to prompt the AI to give you exactly what you're looking for, well, then it's what you put in is what you get out. So if you go ahead and you're able to create a prompt that is so highly specified and draws from all of the top knowledge and the most relevant specifics, then for instance, if one person says, hey, tell me the 10 healthiest foods, versus another person that says, and actually I have it right here so you can see it, right? So learn more. So there's a video that you could watch, but how about this? What are the healthiest foods to eat? All right, so there's 10, but why are you asking the healthiest foods? Presumably you want to live a healthier lifestyle or maybe lose some weight. Okay, but all right, so I have these, but what am I going to do with them? Or I want you to act as a PhD in dietetics. I'm 6'2". I'm 240 pounds. I'm 36 years old. I have no allergies. I have belly fat I would like to eliminate. I'm high energy. I like all foods. I want you to create me a personal optimal dietary plan for one day, include exact food items and time of day for each meal. Well, presumably, if you knew enough to engineer that prompt, this output is far better than this output. In fact, this output is at the level of a PhD in dietitian, right? So it stands fair to reason that if you understand how to engineer prompts, your ability, your marketability, your value in terms of economic value far exceeds the person that doesn't. So, to go ahead and beyond that is a very important thing. Career training, certification, placement. So the certification programs, and so I gotta find out why that's locked, especially since I'm on the admin, but I'll get to that. Certification programs. Now we're working with the Salesforce program. And what you can see right here is where the program is, right? So browse right here. Now where the exact program that we are doing the 21-day course is Salesforce Designer, User Experience Designer. And as you can see, you have the complete curriculum right here. Now it's great to have the complete curriculum, but you need to go ahead and schedule out when you're going to get to certain different topics, how long it's going to take, not only putting it together, but having a replay of it. Can you go ahead and identify the key points? Can you create a bit of a cheat sheet afterwards? Can you go ahead and put that all together in a syllabus that will allow you to then have a review before the examination to prepare you to be in a position of success? That's Rhino Hub. But it's not that we keep any of it hostage, it's all right here for you. What we want to say is you must go ahead and sign up. That is right here. And we will, after each day, we do go ahead and send out a recap email. So we're not going to spend too much time pointing at it and waiting for you to do it right here. We'll have all the links and everything in the recap email, but it's all right here for you. And there's other certification programs from Amazon, Microsoft, Google, EC Council, SANS, Facebook, Blockchain Council, IBM, and then just a whole bunch other. And we take this all very, very important. And we even have an interview practice, which actually you'll have to go ahead and take a look. It's a prompt that we engineered that creates ChatGPT to be an actual interviewer. And then lastly, we have a Rhino community. This is our own social media platform. Whoa, somebody posted that. How cool is that? And it is completely ours. So please go ahead, in which case, once you're at this page, you can go to, I believe, up here to what they call a hamburger menu. And you could sign up, you could join. In fact, there's a join link that I think I have to send to everyone, in which case it allows you to join via the link. But if you're on Rhino Hub and you didn't join, you have it right here, so you're able to join. To give you a little bit more of a lay of the land, over here is all of our social media icons. Now, each one of these is not built for Rhino Hub, right? Which I actually found to be purposeful. I think a lot of times different personalities will say, okay, I'm going to put my Facebook that's just for this, or my Instagram that's just for this. And I guess that's, you could consider it to be quite organized, but I am really more of a fan of, I like knowing the people I'm with. I think everyone has their own opinions. I think there are good things. I think there's things that you'd like to improve about people. And I think that's all fine. I think what's quite important is I don't ever want to confuse someone for being this perfect person, because a perfect person doesn't actually exist. And if a perfect person actually existed, we'll say that 5 times fast, right? If a perfect person actually existed, they're either lying to you because, again, perfect people don't exist, or they've yet to make that mistake and they don't know. And when they make that mistake, they're not going to know it's a mistake because they never made it before, and you don't know how they're going to react because they're going to be learning by reacting with you, both of which I'm not really fond of. So I would like to actually know who the person is. And all of these buttons actually welcome you right into my personal life. This YouTube button is really important because all of the replays will go to YouTube in a designated channel. We do understand that everyone has different things that they do during a day. Someone's working a schedule over here, someone's working a schedule over here. It doesn't always be the same schedule. So we try to, we have a 11 to 2 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. so that we can complete these replays and upload them quick enough that it allows you the flexibility in your day. That will be in the YouTube link. So that is a link that is more designed to what we're doing here. Also a LinkedIn page. LinkedIn is very important. Now, LinkedIn, we have not spent any time on. Like, we have a page, but we did not spend much time. The reason being is because we want to spend a lot of time in real time with everyone here. So please don't confuse that page for a shiny example. It is a work in progress because we want to work together. This Zoom button is the link to all the calls, like the one we're on right now. So if you press it, you will see the registration. Obviously, that's my registration, and the times that the program is. So there it is. So that's kind of the lay of the land, a little bit of a walkthrough. I want to leave it there so I can get to the recap email. I do see there are some emails coming in from some of our rhinos who are having difficulty getting on. So I want to make sure that I'm there to support them. And secondly, if it's something that we need to correct, I want to make sure that I correct it right away, because obviously as the program builds, we don't want to have people trying to get on that can't get on, right? Like, that would be a little silly. Before we go, I want to go ahead and show one last thing. Now, like I had shared, we did build out a 21-day syllabus for what we will be doing together. Today is Monday. Today is our orientation day. So it's not expected that anyone would have completed this day today, because a lot of us are seeing it for the first time right now. We did send it in an email yesterday, but we're seeing it for the first time right now. As you can see, I cannot even express to you the amount of hours and licenses and professionals and certifications that went into creating this. Now, I don't want to also confuse anyone for us being so all-knowing that we're telling you exactly what to eat. That's not the case. So see, for instance, lunch, grilled chicken salad. Well, what about the person who doesn't like grilled chicken salad? We're not telling you you have to eat grilled chicken salad, but we're making a recommendation. We're making a suggestion. We're actually making an optimal suggestion. And in fact, if anybody would like something that's even more customized to them, please message us and we will happily do that for you. Maybe you're 6'1", 71 years old, you have an allergy to this, you have an allergy to that, you find that you would like to improve this, you'd like to improve that, please, and we'll create a completely optimal nutrition schedule for you. That aside, what you can see in front of you is a perfect schedule. So starting tomorrow, if you were so inclined that you wanted to participate and really be part of this program, 7 to 8 a.m. is exercise. You wake up, get your body going. In fact, we even made the recommendation for the things that you could be doing. Breakfast. Now, retirement calculator, what is that? Well, if you would have noticed when we went through the finance section, there is a retirement calculator. Anyone that wants to focus on and make a goal of having a sturdy retirement, one that they could enjoy, especially after a life of working all the time, you've earned it, is a perfect retirement calculator that allows you to input your age, calculations, interest rates, debt, assets, and basically at the end, it produces what you need to go ahead and contribute on a weekly basis. So as long as you stick with the plan, then you could be assured your retirement's going to be great. And in fact, along the lines of those that have an allergy to scheduling or making goals, what you most often find, and some of us might actually be examples of it. I'll worry about my retirement when I get to it. Well, before you know it, it's there and you never really concerned yourself with it, right? And then Rhino Hub is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., which actually I think I need to change that because it's 11. What's today? Oh, today we did it at 10 a.m., right? No, we did 11 a.m. I think we did 10 a.m. So I do got to change. No, 11 a.m. we did it. So it's 11 to 2. So I just got to, I'll update that. But lunch, updating Budget and Mint app. Remember the app? LinkedIn networking. Let's get some networking in. Family transitioning. Everyone gets home at a certain time, some from school, some from work, but let's transition to get back to family time. Gets dinner, family evening walk, a snack at the end of the night, and then meal prep for your next day. And as you can see, bedtime is 10 p.m. Get a good night's rest. All right, well, what does Wednesday look like? What does Thursday look like? What does Friday look like? And what you'll see is each one has the Rhino Hub time in it. Each one has family time. Each time, mindfulness meditation. You have good food. You have exercise. Everything in front of you is designed that if you can go ahead and commit to, if you're willing to commit to improve your life in a very holistic way, what we believe is in 21 days, that we will hold your hand and walk you through from step 1 to step hero, from 0 to hero, that you can be, I don't know, a grocer, a personal fitness trainer, a Burger King employee. Maybe I'm hungry. I keep talking about Burger King. But you could be any one of these amazing jobs in the sense that they're amazing in the fact that they're honest living. There is no such thing as a bad job unless it's unethical or illegal. But no matter what you're doing in life, if you work to service and you work in an honorable way to make an income, God bless. Along those lines, you could always be looking to improve that. Do you want to make a higher income? You want to have a higher standard of living, all of which requires a higher skill set. That higher skill set is not coincidentally only successful in those that have healthy lifestyles. I feel most people, when they look at those that are making a higher income, they say, oh yeah, look how lucky he is, or look how lucky she is. But the reality is that person that's in there eating the chicken salad sandwich while you're eating French fries and a burger is making that sacrifice because they know what that energy level, what that mindset means. When you're sitting there watching MTV and some reality show, and they're doing 20 minutes of meditation and planning for their next day, it's no coincidence that one has a certain income and the other one doesn't. We know that, and that's what Rhino Hub is. And to go ahead and offer anyone that in 21 days, regardless of what your life looks like, regardless of what it's been, but if you have the passion that you want to change it, we're going to do it.